Hi Cancerians, welcome to your first bonus reading for October. I'm using the Witch's Tarot. This is your extended Love Celtic Cross, and you'll have also on the channel your How Does He, She Feel About Me reading. Check that out, sitting right next door. I'm using for this particular reading the Witch's Tarot. I don't even know why I said that before. Witch's Tarot. And you've also got clarifiers used through the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, small miniature one, and also the Romance Angels as your advice card at the end. So I'll show you how this reading goes. I'm going to shuffle out, and it's an extended reading for you guys, okay? Universe Spirit, show me extended love energies for Cancerians in the month of October 2017. Show me extended love for Cancerians in the month of October 2017. Show me the extended love energies around Cancerians in the month of October 2017. Show me. Okay, I'm going to split the deck into three, like so. Collect it back up. And what we're going to do, first things first, is we look at the significator card, which is you guys here. So this is really where you are around your love energies in the month of October. This is what the situation is, showing here. Okay. You've then got underneath, showing your challenge. You've also got what is beneath you. So this is the foundation card. Let me just pull these up just a little bit here so that you guys can see everything properly. You also got the recent past. This is you guys crowning energies, the most possible outcome. So the possible outcome of the situation in terms of love, Cancerians. You've got immediate future. This is you guys, how you're approaching the situation in terms of love. This is how the other person is seeing you. So we're going to do your hopes and desires, and we're going to do the overall outcome. And we'll use clarifiers in this as well, Cancerians. So we're going to have a look at what your situation is, Cancerians. Right, the Ten of Swords is your situation. Some of you guys, it might be that you were betrayed. It might be that you were really hurt in love, because that's what the Ten of Swords is. Usually the Ten of Swords says somebody's being hurt. So because your situation is the Ten of Swords, I'm guessing, and it's a reading for Cancerians, I'm guessing that for some of you guys you would have experienced this. So the Ten of Swords is the card that really speaks for itself when it comes to love. It shows betrayal, it shows giving up, it shows a failed relationship when you get the Ten of Swords. As a significator, you guys right now are the star. So this is good because you guys right now, the significator for you guys is that you're looking very positively. Even though this has happened, the situation is this. You guys as the star should be looking very, very positively towards the future because you've got the star energy showing up here. And when you get the star, it's about having an aspiration, it's about having hope, it's about having faith. So that's beautiful to see that even though for some of you guys this might have occurred, Cancerians, you're looking at the situation in this way with the star. Your challenge is strength. So you're needing to have strength, you're needing to remain strong around the situation, and that's what the strength card is when you get it in terms of love. It's needing to have inner confidence, inner belief, and it's good because you guys, as a significator, you're showing as the star. So you're not getting down about this, even though the situation is about some of you guys being let down in love, being hurt in love. You're remaining strong. Your challenge is to remain strong. That's what your challenge is. You've got to try and overcome this by having the inner reserves to say, you know what, that didn't work out, but tomorrow is a better day. And you guys are the star, so you've still got some hope and aspirations for the future, which is beautiful to see. The cause of the situation is the Chariot. So the cause, Cancerians, might have been yourselves, because the Chariot is a card about a Cancerian individual. When you get the Chariot, though, it represents somebody who's very controlled, but also somebody who has opposition and baggage. So for some of you guys, it might be you, Cancerians, that did this, because the root cause is the Chariot, and that might be you. It might be you that was kind of swaying between two energies, all right, and you couldn't really get a hold on stuff. You were trying to move forward, but you might not have been able to get a hold on something here, Cancerians, and it might be as a result of that energy you found yourself that something is over here. But you're remaining positive because you're the significator of the star, which is lovely, and your challenge is to remain that way. Just keep on remaining strong, because tomorrow is a better day. Could also be, though, that this doesn't have to be you. It might be you, though, because the Chariot is a Cancer card. If it's not you, it might be that the other person was veering from. It might have been a similar Cancerian, or it might have been somebody else was swerving from side to side on a relationship, couldn't really make their mind up. In the recent past, Cancerians, you guys, though, have been feeling the effects of the Eight of Swords, and that's confusion, feeling a sense of, when you get the Eight of Swords, it's when you're confused, it's when you've got limiting beliefs, it's when you're feeling trapped, it's when you're feeling just a sense of, maybe for some of you couldn't get this off your mind, because the Eight of Swords means when ideas keep going round and round and round in your head. The most likely outcome shows us the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles, for some of you guys, if it's you here that did this, so if you're the one that was swerving from side to side with the Chariot energy, you found that in the situation, as a result of this, it's over. It might be that the most likely outcome will be that you'll want to take a gamble on it, because the Two of Pentacles is to take a gamble. It's to weigh things up and say, well, maybe it could work, maybe it doesn't. If this isn't you and it's somebody else, and the situation is that things ended, it might still mean, I feel with this Two of Pentacles, there could still be something in this, because the Two of Pentacles means when you're kind of like, oh, well, maybe I could, maybe not, but we'll see. What you've experienced in the immediate future, though, is emotional isolation. So the Five of Pentacles in terms of love, especially on the Witch's Tarot, represents when lovers are isolated from each other. It might be for some of you guys, if you have wanted to take a gamble, you kind of move backwards from that idea, and you say with the Five of Pentacles, actually it's best that me and this individual are apart with this Five of Pentacles. So you kind of isolate yourself. Love is cold, love is out in the cold when you get the Five of Pentacles. You guys right now, Cancerians, well, it's good, you're the Six of Wands, and that's brilliant because it just kind of followed through. The Six of Wands is how you're approaching this. Well, the Six of Wands, how you'd approach love, especially if the situation is this Ten of Swords energy, Cancerians. Well, sometimes the Six of Wands is I don't give a fuck. Sometimes the Six of Wands is, you know what, I've got followers anyway. I've got people, you know, some of you guys, it might be that you're going out and having a bit of fun. You know, you're going out, you're getting yourself known, you're getting yourself recognised. You might be pursuing new love, for example, or looking for new love with that Six of Wands. Because if this is you and the root cause is you, it's a Chariot, it might be that you are kind of swerving from side to side and saying, you know what, I don't know whether I want this or not because I've just got too many, you know, there's things that are putting me in one way or another, in two directions in terms of whether I want to move forward with this situation. So I think that you're approaching this, whatever the situation is, and even if this is somebody else, I think you guys are showing up as the Six of Wands, you're showing up as somebody who's holding your head high, and we can see here in your significator card that you are the Star. Alright, so for some of you guys, you're even being recognised now. People are still very attracted to you, Cancerians, because you're the Star energy. You're showing us this. How do other people see you, or maybe the person see you? Well, they see you as the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So this person sees you, so this might very well be you, because this person sees you as making no effort with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. They see you as possibly lazy, or can't be bothered, or doesn't have an intention to start anything, that type of thing, because that's what the Ace of Wands, they see you as demotivated. So the other person sees you as demotivated because you're not making an effort. So this might be very well you guys here that aren't making the effort in terms of a relationship. Coming in, your hopes or fears, well, your hopes are to leave something on hold, because the Hanged Man represents when something is left in suspense, or when something is just left lurching or limbering. If this is somebody else's energy, it might be that your fears are with this, that this whole situation is left in limbo and nothing is ever resolved. The outcome shows as the Four of Pentacles. Now, Four of Pentacles can often mean when you hold back from a relationship, when you're not willing to change, or there's an element of stagnation. So for some of you Cancerians, if this is your energy here, because we'll go through the reading again before we get the clarifiers. This is your energy here, and you were the one that was kind of swerving from side to side on a relationship. Okay, here you are, you, feeling very confident. You're kind of like, well, I've got people to be on me anyway. I've got people that are interested. I'm pursuing new things. You're here. Root energy is the Chariot. Not particularly interesting. You're kind of swerving from side to side. Here, Ten of Swords, situation ends, but there is the possibility still for it to resurrect itself with that Two of Pentacles, but things are out in the cold. It might be that your hopes are just to keep this thing quite kind of just left in limbo for as long as possible. Might be this Four of Pentacles, you just decide, you know what, now I don't really want change, because the Four of Pentacles represents somebody who's kind of not really in that lane of change. They're very resistant to change. So it might be that you guys are resistant to change. I think if this is somebody else, this Chariot energy that hurt you, that was kind of swerving from side to side, and you've experienced this Ten of Swords here showing up as a situation, you're showing your significator card is showing as a star. So you guys know that you got it going on, Cancerians. Your challenge is to remain strong in that idea. You have had a little bit of a wobble here with the Eight of Swords. Most likely outcome could be that things still are in motion. Two of Pentacles, it still could be most likely that things could work themselves out. However, what you experience is a time of desolation from the individual here. This person is seeing you. It bothers me that this, I mean, it doesn't really bother me. I think if this person's swerving, if it's somebody else that was doing this, then it might be that how they see you, why they did this, is because they saw that you weren't putting any effort in with the Ace of Wands energy. Your fears might be that this person leaves something languishing, but I still feel that with the outcome being this Four of Pentacles, there's going to be no change in this situation. We're going to get some clarifiers on the go. We'll get the clarifiers firstly through the Witch's Tarot. Why is the Ten of Swords the situation for Cancerians in October? Why is the situation the Ten of Swords for Cancerians? Show me. Because of Death in the reverse. That's interesting. Alright, so the situation is the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is an ending, but the funny thing is you've got Death in the reverse, which often shows that something, it's either where somebody controlled the ending, you saw it coming in. So my guess would probably be that here, the situation is the Ten of Swords, something is ending because Death in the reverse. Somebody had control over this ending. Somebody ending, it might be you, Cancerians, that did this for some of you, because Death in the reverse shows, it could also show that there were no real changes maybe in this relationship, because Death in the reverse shows stagnancy, and it shows that there aren't, you know, there aren't any real changes in a situation. So you've got Death in the reverse here. It's because of Death in the reverse that this situation is occurring. And I feel that Death in the reverse is often a card that says that there has been the inability to let go of something here. So maybe this was a necessary evil for some of you guys that happened with this Ten of Swords. Okay? Because the Ten of Swords is about an ending. It's about a finality of a relationship. Alright? Because of Death in the reverse. And Death in the reverse is often about a non-changing situation. Also the inability to let go of a situation here. So it might have been a necessary evil that happened here for some of you guys in the situation area. I'm going to see why you guys, as a significator star, card of the star. Why is Cancerians the star as a significator card? Show me. Because of the moon. Alright, so I feel that you're still holding out hope here. But I mean, not hope for the relationship. I think as a significator, you still got aspirations going on with this energy here. Alright? But, you know, when I really look at this reading, it bothers me that this Death in the reverse is the reason for the Ten of Swords. So it might be that you guys, this is more than anything, this is saying that for some of you guys, you are feeling defeated. It's not so much about being stabbed in the back, or you might have been, but I feel that here, this is the situation for you guys is feeling really quite down for some of you guys, maybe even depressed. It might be with the Death in the reverse, what it's actually trying to tell us is that you've been unable to let go of a situation. And the significator might be saying to me that you guys are still holding out hope. It could be with the moon in the reverse, that this is saying that you've still got some very, very deep feelings for an individual. Because when you get the moon in the reverse, you've got feelings that you are really trying to suppress here. There's a real deepness. Sometimes this is about paranoia, angst, real insecurity on a situation here. And I think that you're still holding out some form of hope because there is a sense of feeling quite deep. I think that some of you guys are feeling really deep about a situation here. It might be that you're still holding out hope, especially if that situation is really saying, you know, this Ten of Swords, you guys feeling really down about a situation, possibly with death in the reverse, because you've not really been able to close the chapter. I don't think you guys have been able to close a chapter here, Cancerians, on a situation. Your challenge is strength. Why is challenge strength for Cancerians? Why is challenge strength for Cancerians? Show me. Well, I think that your challenge is having strength over someone or something that you know didn't have your best intentions at heart. Alright, it could also be the need to have strength, because some of you guys might be feeling a sense of, or a lack of motivation. Because the magician in the reverse often means when you're feeling a lack of confidence, when you're feeling a lack of motivation to start anything. And it might be your challenges where you're going to have to get up and do something, you know, with yourselves, if this resonates with you. Because you might be, with this magician, feeling a lack of motivation. It might also be there is the need to have strength, especially if somebody's bamboozled you, especially if somebody's not being honest. Magicians in the reverse are renowned liars and deceivers. So it might be over a person you need to have strength because you know exactly what they are, or you've found something out about their deceptive ways. Or it might be the need to have strength because some of you guys might be feeling with this magician card a sense of, or a lack of motivation, or a lack of get up and go as a result of this energies here. In the foundation, there's the Chariot. Why is the foundation card? Why is the reason for everything the Chariot? Why is the reason for everything the Chariot for Cancerians? Because of the Emperor. Okay. Well, in your foundation, you've got this Chariot energy, and we could have read it as you, maybe. Maybe you were this. But we could also say that maybe somebody was veering, you know, in opposite directions. They were trying to gain some form of control over a situation, but they were never really certain. The trouble with the Chariot is, a lot of readers read it as a victory card, and it is a victory card. But if you look into the deeper meaning of the Chariot, Cancerians, what it suggests is someone who has a decision to make because they want to move forward with something, but they've got distractions, all right? Or they're being pulled in two directions. So I think the situation might have involved something to do with someone was being pulled in two directions, and they might have been pulled in two directions because of what their belief system is with this Emperor energy. Emperors usually represent people who have fairly conventional ideas on what a relationship is. You know, they're quite stalwart within the tarot. So it might be the root energy was somebody was veering in two directions here, all right, in the relationship, because it might be something to do with maybe boundaries they've set up. Maybe this is something to do with their ideas or how they were coming across as the Emperor. Maybe this person was quite a stalwart in terms of what their beliefs were, in terms of what this relationship should be. In the recent past, you guys have experienced the Eight of Swords. Why has Cancerians experienced the Eight of Swords in the recent past? Show me. Because of the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse represents no longer waiting for something here. So it might be that some of you guys have been very confused, or you've been feeling very, very... it's almost like for some of you guys, you might not have even known what to do with yourself with that Eight of Swords showing there. Because I think that this is because you gave up on a situation. You no longer thought about putting any more effort into it or waiting. So it's almost like, well, what now? What comes next? Because I'm no longer waiting for this. So what comes next with this Eight of Swords energy? The most likely outcome for love for you guys is the Two of Pentacles. Why is the Two of Pentacles the most likely outcome for Cancerians? Why is the most likely outcome the Two of Pentacles? Show me. Okay. You've got this King of Wands in the reverse. So it might be that with this Two of Pentacles, sometimes it's a balancing act. But you've got Two Pentacles here, which suggests somebody who's dealing with two relationships. It might be you are. It might be that, yes, something's ended, but you might still have that energy around you. And it might be that you're weighing up somebody new. King of Wands in the reverse, that would be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius individual. But it also might be that with this Two of Pentacles energy, you're still weighing up whether this relationship has the potential to go forward. Because this King of Wands in the reverse doesn't like to let go of anything. This person tends to like to have dominion and power. You know, this might be something to do with your own ego here in the most likely outcome, because what I'm seeing is that you guys, the situation is about the Ten of Swords. So I think that this is more about your energies feeling very deflated, because I think with this death energy showing here in the reverse, usually it's funny, because what you get is, with the death energy, is you get an ending to a situation, but the death card is not like the Tower. So usually the death card would represent it's an ending that you expected and that you knew about. So for some of you guys, it might be that there was feeling stabbed in the back as a situation. It might be something you didn't expect coming in with that Tower energy. Sorry, with the death card in the reverse. But it could also be that some of you guys are feeling very, very deflated because with the death card, you've been unable to let go of a situation here. You guys, however, are showing us the stars. So you're looking for brighter days ahead with that star energy. But also it might be that you're still holding out some hope as that significator, because you've got the moon card in the reverse. And the moon card often means in the reverse that you're really holding on to some pretty powerful water energy. I mean, really powerful energy here. So you might still be holding out for something. If that's not the case, you might be looking for better times ahead here as a significator. It might be because you found a secret out with that moon energy in the reverse. And we do have your challenge remaining strong, especially if you're looking to better times ahead with that star card because you found a secret out. It could be that your challenge is remaining strong because somebody duped you with that magician energy in the reverse. We do have in your foundation somebody who was struggling, I feel, with this chariot energy. They were being pulled side by side. It could be that this person was already involved with someone else, an emperor, okay? Somebody like a husband or a wife, somebody who was very important in their lives. It might be that you were experiencing a very rocky time in terms of a relationship, Cancerian, because this person was a pretty difficult energy to infiltrate with the Emperor energy showing there. I think that you guys, though, have had a really difficult time here with the Eight of Swords because you've had to give up on this thing with the Seven of Pentacles. You've had to stop waiting and stop sort of investing in this thing to come back around. But the most likely outcome is it could be that you're still kind of weighing up. It could be this King of Wands in the reverse, especially if they're the same as, say, for example, this Magician here. You might still be tussling with the energies of whether this thing is going to happen or not with the King of Wands in the reverse. And this would be somebody who's fairly dominant with you, somebody who's very strong energies with you, but it's in the reverse. Or it could be that you're still weighing up whether there's a way forward with this because you don't really like to lose, or you don't really want to lose the relationship. But it's more to do with, I think, with your ego, maybe, with that King of Wands in the reverse, Cancerians. The immediate future shows the Five of Pentacles. Why is the Five of Pentacles the immediate future for Cancerians? Why is the Five of Pentacles the immediate future for Cancerians? Show me. Right, because of a Queen of Wands. So it might be some of you guys find yourself being very distant in this relationship. It could be from a Queen of Wands, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. They're the same sort of energies here, aren't they? Or it might be that there is emotional distance because we'll get clarity on who this person is. Somebody new comes in, who knows? You guys are the Six of Wands showing up. Could also be that there is distance in this relationship while you're gaining your confidence back here, Cancerians. You guys are the Six of Wands in October. Why is Cancerians the Six of Wands showing me? Because of the High Priestess. So, and this is reversed. So the High Priestess reversed often means, again, secrets coming out. Especially here if you're looking to better times ahead because a secret came out. Moon and High Priestess in the reverse can both mean that secrets come out. So there might be something about some form of a secret came out here for some of you guys. It could be that you are moving on here with the Six of Wands because of the High Priestess. And the High Priestess in the upright really represents somebody who wants to be alone in love. But in the reverse, I feel that it's saying that your energies are saying that you don't really want to kind of isolate yourself or move yourself away from, from being with others. Because she's, in the upright, she's somebody who can be seen as a loner. But in the reverse, I would read this as somebody who doesn't want to be a loner. The Ace of Wands is how people see you, or maybe how somebody around this reading sees you. Why is Cancerian seen as the Ace of Wands? Why is Cancerian seen as the Ace of Wands? Show me. In the reverse. Because of the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Okay. So that it's kind of two contra energies, really. Because the Ace of Wands in the reverse shows somebody who lacks any type of enthusiasm or motivation to start anything. And it might be that actually that whoever it is that sees you as this, they might see you as somebody who's lacking motivation to do anything. It might be that people around you who know about this situation might see you as somebody who's feeling very, very sort of dull, tired, for example, exhausted, lacking energy, because you've not really released this situation with the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups means when you don't release the past, you can't walk away from it. So it might be that people around you see you as the Ace of Wands in the reverse, lacking motivation, lacking happiness, lacking excitement or enthusiasm for anything new, because you've not really let go of this situation. But here, you are this. So I feel that this must be a false thing that you guys are doing here. And I think it's because you don't really want to kind of seclude yourself out of anyone or any group, because you're doing this. This is you guys, how you're approaching, with a sense of bravado. I think you guys are approaching this situation with that Six of Wands energy showing there. But that's because of the High Priestess in the reverse. And I feel that this is about not kind of holding yourself back, or not kind of allowing yourself to be bogged down by the energies. But people see you as somebody who's passively lacking motivation here, because you've not really let go of it, no matter what mask you put on here, Cancerians. Your hopes or fears of the Hanged Man in the reverse. Why is Cancerians' hopes or fears the Hanged Man in the reverse? Show me. Because of the High Priest in the reverse. Well, your fears might be being held in limbo with this High Priest, with the Hanged Man. Hanged Man in the reverse, often, actually is it reverse? It's not reversed, it's upright, sorry. So, I think that with the, oh, I read that wrong, sorry. Hanged Man is in the upright. I was reading it as reverse because it looks reversed to me, so, but it's in the upright. Your hopes might be with this Hanged Man to be able to surrender to the situation, because this thing isn't going to end in a commitment. You've got High Priest in the reverse here, and that's definitely reversed. So it would be to surrender the energies, just let go and let God, because this thing, you know, might not end up in some form of a commitment with that High Priest energy in the reverse. And the outcome shows as the Four of Pentacles. Why is the Four of Pentacles the outcome for Cancerians of this reading? Why is Four of Pentacles the outcome of this reading? Right, because of the Knight of Wands. There's still just a lack of enthusiasm to pursue whatever this situation is. And so some of you guys might just decide to focus on yourselves with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, because the Knight in the upright, sorry, because the Knight of Wands suggests a lack of movement forward or a lack of enthusiasm. All right. Some of you guys might be holding on here because you're waiting for someone to come back, but this person doesn't come back because the Knight of Wands is in the reverse. And Knight of Wands in the reverse shows at the moment there's a lack of, you know, enthusiasm to move towards this thing, whether it's on your part or their part. We're going to get this reading again, and we might need to just draw some smaller clarifier cards on some of these areas. I really want to know about this. Why is the situation the Ten of Swords for Cancerians because of death in the reverse? Why is this situation about the Ten of Swords? Why is this situation about the Ten of Swords for Cancerians because of death in the reverse? Show me in two cards. Well, the Ace of Swords, and that's often mental clarity, and the Empress is in the reverse. Right, so I think that you guys here, the situation might be about, well, the Ten of Swords is always failure, really, within love. Whether you've been backstabbed or whether you've been, you know, hurt, it shows a failing situation. So I think the situation is around being hurt, but also knowing that, you know, it's the finality of a relationship because of death in the reverse. So some of you guys, it might be that you're a little bit down here for some of you in the in October around a relationship, and that's because of the Death card, and the Death card is in the reverse. So for me, often I read the Death card as the inability to really let go of a situation here, and if you've had to let go of it, you knew it was coming. So, you know, this either way is a necessary evil that's happening around this situation for some of you Cancerians, because I think there was clarity here that something couldn't grow. Empresses in the reverse represent where a relationship is not healthy. It doesn't have the ability to grow, to blossom in a healthy way. So I think there was clarity that a relationship really couldn't grow, it couldn't blossom, that type of thing. As a result of that, you know, your significator card is showing us the Star because of the Moon reverse. Why is Cancerian significator show? Why are they showing us the Star because of the Moon reverse? Show me in two cards. Because a Queen of Wands, right, there was a breakup with the Queen of Wands, and we've got this Queen of Wands here. So I definitely feel around you guys, There's been an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius individual, or somebody that you were very attracted to. So I feel that you guys are holding out. I think that your significator card, it's either that you've got great faith in a situation because of this moon card, and the moon card could be that, you know, you've still got some very, very strong feelings for an individual, because it might be that there was a breakup with the Queen of Wands, Aries, male or female, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, or maybe there was a situation where you broke up with someone here, but it might be that this person also revealed something to you here, because the Tower card means a surprise. So it might be there was a surprise ending, or there was a revelation here with an individual, in which case it would be, for me, the significator card might be saying that you guys are looking to better times ahead, because you received there was a revelation with the moon card in the reverse coming through. You guys have been trying to remain strong because of the Magician in the reverse. What do you mean by the Magician in the reverse in 2 cards? What do you mean by the Magician in the reverse in 2 cards, please? Well, 7 of Pentacles shows waiting. Alright, so you're waiting for... I think you guys were waiting to build something with this individual, okay? It might also be for some of you guys, it's an interesting reading because you've got another Queen showing here, and yet it's showing up as a breakup with somebody here. So we could read this as another energy maybe. You're needing to have strength because of the Magician. Maybe this person, if this person revealed something to you here, Cancerians, maybe it's a case of that you're needing to remain strong because the Magician, you found something out. The Magician, there was a lie or something. Maybe that lie was based on this person waiting for somebody else, for example, because this is waiting, and this person might have been waiting for another individual, the Queen of Pentacles, for example. But, you know, it could also be that you're needing to remain strong because you've been feeling a lack of motivation with that Magician energy, and that's because some of you guys might still have been waiting for something with this Queen of Pentacles to blossom, to grow, to nurture something, which is what the Queen of Pentacles is. In the distant past, you guys... The foundation is the Chariot and the Emperor. Why is in their foundation? Why is the Chariots? Why is the Cancerians' foundation the Chariot and the Emperor? Why is in the foundation of this situation the Chariot and the Emperor for Cancerians? Show me. Well, you got that 10 of Swords there. Okay. Right, you got a lot of kings and a lot of people showing up here. But I think there was an ending to some form of an improvement going on here. I'm not going to read all of the court cards as people, it would get too confusing. But you've got the King of Pentacles, which shows success and improvement, and also stability as well, a foundation. So I think there was an ending to some form of a strong foundation in the past. So the foundation for me is saying that in your foundation is the Chariot, and I think that there was a rocky ride to love with this Chariot energy because of the Emperor. All right, and that Emperor energy could represent that there were conventional ideas going on, or maybe there were boundaries on the relationship. It might be there was a rocky road to love with that Chariot because there were boundaries on the relationship, and the clarifiers for that are saying that, you know, this 10 of Swords, there was an ending to some form of a stable foundation, I feel, within this relationship going on here with that 10 of Swords and the King of Pentacles, because the King of Pentacles is all about solid and strong relationships, and the 10 of Swords represents an ending. So I think there was an ending, or there was a finality to some form of a foundation that you'd been building with an individual. Okay, and it might be that in your foundation there was a rocky road because of the Emperor energy, and the Emperor for me represents boundaries and obstacles in relationships, usually caused by one or other of the partners. In the recent past, you guys have felt the 8 of Swords because of the 7 of Pentacles. Why has Cancerians in the recent past felt the 8 of Swords because of the 7 of Pentacles? Show me. Because of the Knight of Pentacles. Alright, so you got the Knight of Pentacles, which represents slow moving progress has been cut. So I feel that here you are, you guys in the recent past have been feeling a little bit confused, but also I would call the 8 of Swords frustration. There's been frustration here, and that's because of the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. I think you've given up on some form of a weight here around this situation, because I think there's been very slow moving progress with this Knight of Pentacles, and whatever it is that you were moving or you were holding on to with this Knight of Pentacles, because Knight of Pentacles can show somebody who will hold on to something for dear life, but I think it's been cut or it's been aborted with that Five of Swords. So I think that you've given up on something, and it's been very frustrating, but you've needed to give up on a situation here for some of you guys. The most likely outcome will be the Two of Pentacles because of the King of Wands. Why is the most likely outcome for love for Cancerians? The Two of Pentacles because of the King of Wands, show me. Well, that could be new love. Page of Cups brings strength. All right, so some of you guys, I feel that you might be back on the market. The most likely outcome is you'll be back on the market. Two of Pentacles. I think there's somebody coming in here, a King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or just somebody who is quite passionate, maybe overly passionate with that King of Wands in the reverse. But I think it could be something new here that will bring kind of the, you know, the vitality back to your lives, the strength back, give you back your self-confidence. Could be that you're just flirting with someone here, but I just feel that there's going to be somebody around you that brings back some form of meaning to some of you guys. In the immediate future, you've got the Five of Pentacles because of the Queen of Wands. Why is the Five of Pentacles showing up for Cancerians because of the Queen of Wands? Show me. Because Nine of Wands. Well, this is waiting is making you guys fairly frustrated, because the Nine of Wands often means when you're waiting for something, and I think it's causing frustration. So I think that you guys will just kind of take yourself out of the situation. What you're going to do is you completely kind of shut down the situation if you can with that Five of Pentacles, because it's rattling your confidence. And I think that this Queen of Wands means, even though we've got the Queen of Wands here twice, I think that you'll completely kind of detach yourself from whoever this individual is, because waiting maybe for this individual is causing some form of frustration with that Eight of Wands energy, Eight of Swords energy, sorry. Coming in, you guys at the moment are the Six of Wands because of the High Priestess. Why is Cancerians the Six of Wands because of the High Priestess? Show me. In the reverse. Six of Pentacles. Alright, so I think that you guys are really kind of, when you get the Six of Pentacles, it's a card about kind of giving other people a chance. Alright, so what you're doing is you're looking to invest in other relationships here. Brings the world. So, or brings some form of a change, a much needed change. So you guys, I think, are pursuing other things here because of the High Priestess, and that is kind of, I think, coming out of a period of seclusion, if you can. Because I think that in a way, if you look at investing maybe in other people with that Six of Pentacles, it's going to really kind of bring some big changes to you. And I think that you guys are looking to do that in that area here. How others see you is the Ace of Wands because of the Eight of Cups. Why do other people see Cancerians as the Ace of Wands because of the Eight of Cups? Why do other people see Cancerians as the Ace of Wands because of the Eight of Cups? Show me. Because of the Page of Swords. And that's you there, King of Cups. Okay. I think that you're not opening up very much, because the Page of Swords often shows when somebody's withholding information, or they're not communicating. You can either show that you communicate the truth, or you withhold information. And because other people are seeing you as fairly demotivated because you're holding on to things, I think, and also the King of Cups shows us somebody who's holding on to his emotions. He's not very demonstrative. I think people see you as withholding what your true feelings are. So I think that you're holding back here as the King of Cups and the Page of Swords. I think that you're not opening up very much, and this is why people are seeing you as demotivated, because you really haven't let go of this situation at all. Despite what you're trying to do here, people can really see that you're not kind of letting go of whatever this situation is. Your hopes or fears are the Hanged Man because of the High Priestess. Why is Cancerians' hopes or fears the Hanged Man because of the High Priestess? Show me. Because the Ace of Wands. Alright. I think that what you're doing is that your hopes are really just to surrender with that Hanged Man. It could either be that you're hoping that somebody's going to change their perspective on not wanting a commitment here with the High Priestess in the reverse. Because I feel that with the Ace of Wands, a new beginning, a fresh beginning would make you happy. Or it could be that you're hoping to surrender to the energies of this High Priestess in the reverse. So just accept, because the Hanged Man means acceptance. Just to accept that there's going to be no commitment, because a fresh start for some of you guys would bring you the most happiness with that Nine of Cups energy. And the outcome shows us the Four of Pentacles because of the Knight of Wands. Why is the Four of Pentacles showing up because of the Knight of Wands reverse for Cancerians in this love reading? Show me. Because of the Devil and the Ace of Cups. Okay. And this is really toxic love. So you guys are looking to protect yourself because there's the Knight of Wands around you. There's somebody who keeps playing with your heart. They're toying with you with this Knight of Wands energy. Knight of Wands in the reverse can show somebody who's toying with you. They're in and out. They might send you the odd text, but nothing, you know, kind of comes of it. And I feel that you're looking to hold back with this Four of Pentacles because of that energy of the Knight of Wands energy. And that's because you know that this toxic relationship, you've got the love card of the Ace of Cups. And so I would really read this and look at this and think this is about a toxic relationship or toxic love. And I think this is something that you're trying to release yourself and hold yourselves back from. Let's get the reading very quickly again. The situation for you guys is the Ten of Swords. So something's failed here, no matter how you want to look at it. Betrayal, feeling depressed, feeling down. And it's because of the Death card in the reverse. I think that the Death card can be, maybe this is something you expected to happen in the situation. Or it could be that you're feeling really deflated with that Ten of Swords because you've not been able to let go of something here. Not fully shut the door on it. And that's because there is still very much in your mind, Cancerians, the clarity that something here really doesn't have the potential to grow in whatever this relationship is. You're showing us the Star as your significator card. So you're the Star here. It's either that you're feeling hopeful. Why you're feeling hope for the future. Might be a secret came out, especially if that Queen of Wands is somebody that revealed something to you. It could also be, though, that you guys are still holding out some hope here because you've got some very, very deep feelings here that you're not sharing with anybody else because somebody broke up with you potentially. You've got that Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands doesn't have to be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It can be just somebody that you were very attracted to, was very attractive, sexy, all the rest of it. Might be there was a breakup with such a person. I think that you guys have had to, as your challenge, you're having to try and be strong. It's either that you were duped by this person. They might be showing us the Queen of, as the Magician in the reverse. Why are they showing us the Magician in the reverse? Well, it might be that they were invested in somebody else. Seven of Pentacles. It might be they were invested in an earth sign individual. But it could also be that you're having to remain strong because some of you guys, it might be that you're lacking motivation. Why is that? Well, it might be that you're still invested in kind of growing and nurturing this relationship with that Queen of Pentacles energy. Because in your foundation, it shows that there was a relationship that was veering from side to side. Couldn't be worked out. There were opposing forces in this relationship because of boundaries, maybe, that had been set on this relationship. And that might be because we've got the Chariots, the Ten of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Well, if you were veering from side to side, if there were opposing forces in a relationship here because of the Emperor, maybe somebody set boundaries on this relationship. Might be that this person, we're seeing that it might be the person was thinking about somebody else. If they were, it might be because they were betraying this individual. It's showing us the same suit. But it might simply be that there were boundaries put on this situation here. It couldn't really move forward in the way that you wanted it to move forward. There were lots of bumpy roads in the track because this lacked any type of stability, the Ten of Swords and the King of Pentacles. In the recent past, you guys, I think that you've been you've been thinking about this situation quite a lot, Cancerians. And why is that? Because you recognise that you've got to let go, you can't wait. And why is that? Because I think that the slow progress, maybe from this other individual, has resulted in you guys needing just to sever ties completely with this individual here. So I still think it's somebody that you can't get off your mind at all. And the most likely outcome will be, I think that you're going to have other options for love with that Two of Pentacles. I think it might be with a fire sign individual. I don't think this person's in it for the long haul, though, because they're showing as a King of Wands in the reverse. So I think it might be just a flirtatious energy around you. And that's because of the Page of Cups and the Strength card. So I think it might be a bit of flirtatious energy, gives you a bit of strength here and gives you your confidence back. But in the immediate future, we've got isolation, possibly from this individual here. And that's because you're needing to kind of completely isolate yourself from the situation. It might be that waiting is leaving you feeling very confused and also, again, leaving you feeling very frustrated, okay? You guys are showing us the Six of Wands here, so you're going out and about because of the High Priestess. You don't really want to sit in and be left with your thoughts about the situation. because of the Six of Pentacles, maybe giving to others and paying attention to others is going to make you feel better with that world energy. How others see you, well, they see you as a bit depressed, really. The Ace of Wands in the reverse. And that's somebody who lacks motivation because you haven't truly let go of the past. And I think it's because you're not opening up very much. This Page of Swords shows somebody who withholds information. And I feel with this King of Cups, you kind of, you know, you're holding your emotions down. So the information that you're withholding, not talking about the situation that much. It might be with this King of Cups that emotionally you're withholding a lot of information with this Page of Swords. And I think people know that about you. Your hopes are either to surrender to the energies that this person doesn't want a commitment with you because you want to start again. A fresh start would make you happy. For some of you guys, it might be that you're hoping this person changes their perspective on not wanting the commitment of the High Priestess, High Priest in the reverse. Because with this Ace of Wands energy, this is really saying that if a fresh start between you and this individual, Cancerians, would make you feel very happy with that Nine of Cups. The outcome shows, though, you guys, I feel, kind of withdrawing a little bit with that Four of Pentacles from a Knight of Wands in the reverse. A person that has the ability to kind of just mess around, play around, not take the situation seriously, because I think that you recognise that this relationship is quite toxic. This love that you feel is quite toxic. Their love might be quite toxic as well. Alright, there's a certain codependency with the Devil as well in terms of this relationship, the Ace of Cups. So I feel that there is the need to hold back from something here because it's not in your best interest to hold on to it. Let's have a look at what the Enduring Virtue Angel cards are saying to you as advice. Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Cancerians in this situation? What is the advice that you have for Cancerians in this extended love reading situation, Shaman? There you go, deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. So there you go. Some of you guys, if you were holding out, and I think that you're trying not to do it. What I can see is that you Cancerians are trying not to hold on for someone because you know that it's a load of bullshit, basically. So, you know, it's saying that the advice for you is this person is actually a deceiver, okay? And this is for Cancerians. This is a Cancer reading. This is how Cancerians are feeling. So for those of you who want to come to me on the reading and say, you got it wrong, Carol, it's the Cancerian that's doing this. You're cross-watching, I understand. And some Cancerians might be doing it, but I am reading the energy for what's coming in for the zodiac sign of Cancer. So I read it from their perspective. That's what I tend to do, okay? So, yeah, this is what I'm seeing. For some of you guys, it will be the Cancerian did this because we do have this energy here showing up, all right? So it could be, if it's the other way around, then yeah, Cancerians doing it, you read it the other way around then. But so far, whatever the case is, somebody's being deceptive in this relationship here, okay? And very soon, you're going to need to clearly decide on what it is that you want, all right? Because there is a separation here. So there's somebody who's being deceptive, and very soon, you're going to have to clearly decide on what you want because there is a separation and time apart for you from this individual, and also, you deserve love, okay? That is your reading, your extended Celtic Cross love reading, Cancerians. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I'll speak to you guys in the month. Take care.